Good morning, guys. It's Queen Cleo. I'm just coming to spread some gospel this morning. I have to stop fixing my hair and videos. It's just like, calm down. All right, guys. So I'm coming to just to let you guys know what I've learned and what God has exposed to me. Okay, I came into the knowledge December 2018. My husband, we were shopping, like Christmas shopping, and he was just talking and speaking of, oh, I can't wait till we get home so I can like decorate my whole yard and have like the biggest lights and biggest like um, Christmas ornaments or Christmas statues in the yard. So, after we went shopping, and then I want to say a week later, he came and he said, well, we don't supposed to celebrate Christmas. And I'm like, oh, wow, why? And he said that, during Christmas in the Bible times and the olden times, they would have like big orgies, and it's a Satan holiday. The history of it is, sexual. It's not, Jesus' birthday. He wasn't born on 25th. So I'm like spazzing out. I'm like, oh no, wow. You know, and I was confused at first. But then, I had to block him out. I had to block, my boss out. They were telling me one thing. He was telling me the truth. She was telling me, the Old Testament has been done away with. We can eat shrimp. We can eat crab, lobster. God has forgiven us. So, with that being said, I had to go to, our Messiah and ask him, God, if this is really true and this is really for me, show me, give me a feeling that I have to submit to you. And, it took me a while. I want to say, like, I had to get the crab, the lobster, the shrimp out of my system. So after, going to God, or a little bit before, because I pray to God every day. Now I pray to God the right way, the way He wants me to, without any, disrespect. Not eating crab, not eating lobster, not eating shrimp, not eating pork. I'm coming to Him the purest way I can while I'm in the flesh, the temporary body. Because we all sin. We're not free from sin until we're in that glorified body. So we have to do our best to our abilities to serve Him. So after that, I had my sister-in-law. I made sure I got everything that, I used to eat. And I had just sat at the table and, stuffed myself and did away with it. So with the crab, lobster, shrimp, I did away with it. With pork, before coming to the truth, I did away with pork because my dad was a Muslim, and he, Muslims don't eat pork, you know. So we were never attended to. But my mother, my grandmother, it was like, you don't eat pork. As time went on, I just didn't like pork anymore. I didn't like the feeling when I ate it. I didn't like the smell of it. It's just, it was God just sending me warnings, like, stop eating this abomination. And, sometimes, and most times in the Bible, things, you'll read it and you just don't read it and think. You just, they said that, if you receive everything with thanksgiving, you can eat it. You cannot eat pork. Pork is an abomination. God tell you what animals we can consume. The three things that an animal has to have for us to consume is a split hoof, a cloven foot, and it has to chew grass. Pigs have the split hoof, the cloven foot, but it does not chew grass. It eats anything. It eats babies, it eats feces, it eats, poop, it eats nasty things. They'll eat anything. Slop, so it's not for us to ingest. That's where plagues come upon us because God tell you don't touch anything that He has named an abomination, like eating raccoons, like eating possums. You don't supposed to eat that. Anything that God tells you not to eat, and it's in the Bible, He give you a dietary law. But we as Hebrew Israelites choose not to follow it. We are the most stubborn, stiff-necked nation. To Him, He made Israel, a peculiar people. He wanted us to strive. He wanted us to, flourish. He wanted us to prosper. We were supposed to be the head, not the tail. We were supposed to be the lender, not the other people that come in for loans are being lended to. So by the disrespect of our ancestors, that's why we're in the predicament. We're in captivity. We're scattered. Israel is our natural home. It was meant for us. There is the people there are not of Israel. So they're not the true Israelites. We are the true Hebrew Israelites. And what I'm trying to tell everybody in my family, in my, extended family, come away from these holidays. These are pagan worship. You don't even know the history of some of the holidays, like Easter. Easter doesn't have anything to do with the resurrection. Rabbits don't lay eggs. Chickens do. If anything, if it had something to do with resurrection, there'll be a chicken walking around. Rabbits don't lay eggs. Rabbits have babies like we do. Rabbits have rabbits. So, come away from the Easter, because you're celebrating the Balaam, the devil, his wife, Esther. That's who you celebrate. When you celebrate Easter, she's a fertility goddess. It was sick. She's of the devil. So when you make cakes, when you have your children dress up, when you have your children go Easter egg hunt, they're serving the devil. There's curses, and you wonder why your child is sick. You wonder why, you're sick. Because God is displeased. Like, we don't get just sick for no reason. There's generational curses passed down. And I'm not trying to, scare anybody or be mean to anybody. I just want to spread the gospel. I just want to spread God's truth. And, I used to worship on Sunday every, week. I was raised in church. I was rooted in the word as a young child. I was baptized. My mother kept us in church and kept us grounded. So, coming into the knowledge and forgetting everything that I was taught, because the pastors I've been to church with, I always had male pastors, and males are supposed to preach. Women, we can teach in church in certain subjects, but God wants a man to lead. The order He created the world. He created Adam. He created animals. Then He created the woman as a helpmate to him. Adam, we came out of Adam. He took Adam to sleep, put him to sleep, and took a rib. He could have easily went in the dust, the ground, and let me make a woman. But He wanted us to be connected. So we are connected by, marriage, by your, mother, daddy, daughter, son, daddy. We connect to our parents, but men are the hierarchy. Some women have a problem with that. Oh, I don't want to, I think, I could be just as good as a man. But there's an order. God wants you to follow that order. The men are supposed to lead the household. There's not supposed to be two leading the household. He has to lead the household. God will bring you a man of His choosing. It's not always going to be perfect. It took years and years for me to, see the change in my husband, and for him to see the change in me. It's not going to always be the way you want it to, because it's the way God wants your life to be. God is over us. It's no universe without Him. So serving, pagan gods, Buddha, serving him, he's a false god. It's one God, one religion. Serving, Allah. Serving, all these pagan worship. If it ain't God and Jesus, is not of Him. He says, I'm a jealous God. You should never serve a God before me. So when you serving Buddha, you serving a God before Him. When you serving Allah, you serving a God before Him. He is God. He is the Lord of Lords, King of Kings. He's the Alpha and He's the Omega. You serve Him. You bow down to Him. Because without Him, your life will be in ruins. Without Him, you will not have peace in your life. Yeah, everything's going well, everything's going good, and you really think you're serving Him right. Because I really thought I was serving Him right. Oh, I'm going to church. I'm praying to Him every day. But I'm celebrating pagan holidays. Thanksgiving has nothing to do with God. And you have to think about the history. The Pilgrims murdered the Native Americans. After they taught them everything, they were, humble. They taught them how to, plant. They taught them about, their world. And then they killed them and then stole the discovery. Native Americans were here first. The Gentiles were not here. They took and stole out their history. So why would I celebrate Thanksgiving anyway? From the slaughter of Native Americans? No, I'm not going to do that. I came away from the pagan worship. I'm not worshiping on Sunday because you're worshiping the sun God. You're worshiping the sun. S-U-N. That's who you're worshiping. You're not worshiping God. And it's going to be a battle and people are going to try to debate with me. But I'm not debating. I'm serving God. And I will speak his gospel. I'm not afraid to speak his gospel. I'm not afraid to spread the knowledge. And I know it's going to hurt a lot of people. It hurt me. I was in tears to be serving my God, the Messiah, who died for my sins, who was beat, who was fed vinegar, they put thorns, a crown on him, who was, saying that he was not the son of God. Just because he was a darker skin, he's not white. He doesn't have blue eyes. His hair was wool. His skin was like he was coming out of a furnace, and that means the dark melanin brother. Dark skin. A beautiful black man. A beautiful black sister. That's what dark furnace means. He was not a Gentile. He was a Hebrew Israelite. And the people that God chose are Hebrew. They are darker skinned. They are black. Those are his chosen people. But by us being disrespectful, by us not, our ancestors not following his laws and his commandment, he brought curses on them. They were supposed to be the head people. They were supposed to own what we see the Asians own, what we see the Gentiles own. They were supposed to be the top people. They were put here to teach the Gentiles about Jesus. But they disrespected God. They came against God. They served other false gods. They served Buddha. They served Allah. They went against him. They made a gold calf just because Moses took too long, 40 days and 40 nights, to write and, consult with God with the commandments. And then his brother Aaron was forced to create a calf, which he should have known better. And God was displeased. He wanted to kill him. And Moses fell on his knees and said, God, please do not kill the people that you love. Do not kill the people that, you set apart. Israel is your love. We're in a marital covenant with God. Israel is the apple of his eye. We are the apple. He loves us. But we have to turn away from pagan worship. Oh, it's just for the kids. No, forget the children in the nicest way I can say. Because I had to learn that, I'm just doing it for the kids. No, I'm sending my kids to the lake of fire of I letting them dress up on Halloween. Putting on a costume. God made you to be who you is. He don't need you to cover your face. He don't need you to do that. He knows how you look. He doesn't want all these spooky masks and this demonic things. This is the devil's day. Is October the 31st. That's the devil's day. I've known that since I was in church before the truth. I could not go trick-or-treating when I was little unless my mother allowed it. The Baptist church told me that it was the devil's day, and it is the devil's day. Getting candy from others, you don't know what that person prayed over. You don't know what demonic spirits are in that candy. Every holiday that I ever celebrated, me and my husband argued because God was displeased with us. Not because we had a bad relationship, because we had a good relationship. He will break you down. He will tear things apart. He will still kill people because he is not pleased with this world. Celebrating holidays, we have a whole book, Leviticus the 23rd. Read from the first chapter to the end of the 23rd chapter. The feast days. You have Passover. You have the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You have the Feast of Pentecost. You have the Feast of Atonement. Blowing of trumpets. Atonement. You have the Feast of Tabernacles. You have the 8th day when God comes and takes over. Where Jesus turns over a perfect kingdom to his Father. It's two. It's God and it's Jesus, his son. It's two we're serving, but we can't go to God unless we go through the intercessor, which is Jesus. Moses was the intercessor, and then after Moses was Jesus. Jesus was always around, but he was in, the heaven with his Father. They were two beings. And, one day he said, God was displeased. He's going to wipe the whole world out like he did with Noah. When Noah told them, I'm building this boat, y'all need to come on, because, God is really displeased and he's ready to wipe out the whole world and start anew. But they wouldn't listen. So when it started raining, when it started flooding, Noah locked that boat. He got his sons, he got his daughter-in-laws, he got the two of every fowl, the unclean and the clean, the two of every animal, the unclean and the clean, in the boat, and they sailed until God was finished with his destroying the world of their sins. So he's coming back, and it's not going to be pretty. They teach you in church, we going to just magically disappear, and God is going to come, and we're going to heaven. We're not coming to heaven. God is in heaven. Angels are in heaven. We are going to be in the world. God wants to come back and take over what he created. He's coming back. And the slain of the Lord is going to be many. It's going to be so much blood, so much carcasses, that the blood is going to be up to the horse's brow. And the horses are tall. So that's a lot of blood. God is not playing. He wants you to serve him or you will die. And we all have to die because of Adam and what Eve did. Eve listened to the serpent. She didn't, we were never supposed to know that we were naked. We were never supposed to know, between good and evil. But by, her not walking from under her head covering, which is the man, the serpent, the devil was able to talk to her, because the devil he knows God's words. He was in heaven. He was kicked out because he thought he was almightier or holy than thou than God. So God had to kick him out, because he tried to come against God. So the devil knows the God word. He knows how to come in your ear and tries to play him. But he has to get permission, because God is over everything. He has to get permission from God to ever come against you, to ever, test you, because God is over everyone. We all bow to him. The universe will never be if God didn't create it. We will never be on earth if God didn't decide to make us. Make women, make men. It's his world. We live in captivity. We have to follow the law. We have to follow the rules of the land. But God is over us. You don't make a move without consulting him. You don't wake up with evil spirits and hatred in your heart for someone. Let it go. Oh, she did me wrong. Oh, well. Let it go. He did me wrong. Let it go. Turn back to him. He will forgive you right now for eating pork. He'll forgive you right now for eating crab, lobster, and shrimp. This is not a game. He is coming. The Messiah is coming. The tornadoes, the hurricanes that everyone play about in Savannah, the Bahamas, what happened at, that's God's work. Yes, we've been spared years and years, but we're going to have a storm, and y'all going to sit around and just sit here and play. But God is not playing. He doesn't deal with emotion. He doesn't deal with, I'm going to celebrate this for my kids. No, it's him or nothing. I would lay down my life. I would die for the Messiah. He died for me. He died for you. Anybody asks me about my love for God, I'm going to spread it. I'm not going to hide it. I'm not intimidated to say that I love God, and I'm going to serve him by the book, by the Bible. There's no contradicting the Bible. It was written because God wanted it to be written. The first Bible was in Hebrew. He made it to where it can be in the world everywhere, where we can is translated in English, Spanish, any language. You can read in the Bible. You can read the Bible. So I'm telling my friends, I'm telling my family that I'm praying for y'all. Hard, day in and day, I'm crying for y'all. I'm crying out for y'all to stop it. I'm crying out for the people who are committing adultery. Stop. Stop sleeping with a married man. Stop sleeping with a married woman. You can find any woman, any man, and stop fornicating. We don't supposed to sleep with anybody outside of marriage. It has not been done away. And I'm not going to lose a lot of people. I know a lot of people might think, oh, you're going crazy. But I'm not going crazy. I'm speaking of my experience with the Lord. He has done so much. He has changed my life. He has taken people out of my life. He has given me a job, a business, a boutique, where I dreamed for years. And was too scared. The first time God revealed my purpose, I ran away from it. I didn't want it. I was scared. Fear ran my life, but now fear doesn't. I fear God. I don't make a move without him. So I have a business now. I'm meeting new people. He's opening doors. He's surrounding me with women of likeness. Women are pure hearts. They don't know the truth yet, but they accept me for who I am. They're showing me the ropes. They're being kind. They're kind words. They're in business for themselves. Being in a room on Sunday was perfect to me. It was his plan. It was his love showing me, showering down. So you have to trust him. You have to let go of this wickedness and let go of this jealousy and envy of others. Because everybody who winning ain't winning because God want them to. They had to give up their soul, which we are the soul, to allow to get all that stuff. They had to sell their soul literally to him. And then he had to get permission from God for him to even take your soul. So a lot of people in Hollywood, a lot of people who are doing great things, they're not serving God. So don't get jealous of what they're doing, because that's not God's reward. That's somebody else's reward. Because when God give it to you, He's going to bless you openly. When God give it to you, He's going to make it known. It's going to mean that it means so much more. So the devil can't give me nothing. God gives me everything. I don't want anything from him. I don't serve him. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. And I will serve him. And whoever I have to lose, I will lose. Because I stand for him. I don't stand for people. I don't serve people. I am of the world, but I'm not. I am in the world, but I'm not of the world. I am Queen Cleo. I am Cleopatra, what my father named me. I am a queen. And I don't deal with Egypt. I don't deal with any, Egyptology. I am Cleopatra, a Hebrew Israelite. I don't follow the history of Cleopatra. I'm not Cleopatra. I am what God told me I was, a Hebrew Israelite. I am a mixed race. I have, Gentile. I have, Hebrew in my blood. But God loves me. I am a Hebrew Israelite. And I love, serving him. And I just want my family to stop celebrating these pagan holidays. I want my friends to stop celebrating these pagan holidays. The people I don't know, the stranger, the widow, the Levite. I want you guys to come away from it. Because it's not good at all to celebrate Christmas. You don't know the meaning. Jesus was not born on Christmas. Jesus started preaching when he was 30, in his 30s, and he died by the time where I'm at, 33 years old. That's not his birthday. You can never go in the Bible and find Christmas. You can only find the definition of a Christmas tree, where you cut the trees out, the forest, you deck it with all kind of ornaments. Trees are not supposed to be in a house. Trees are supposed to be outside. You don't supposed to celebrate a Santa Claus, a Satan Claus. No, they may be cute, make it cutesy, but behind that, that's all pagan worship. That's Roman Christianity. Going to church on a Sunday is Roman Christianity. Constantine in history changed the date. That's the proof to y'all that he changed. Oh, I don't want to worship on Sunday. I want to worship on Saturday so I can worship. I don't want to worship on Saturday. I want to worship on Sunday so I can worship the sun god. You're worshiping the big sun in the sky when you go to church on Sunday. That's the wrong day to worship. I'm not going to debate about it. You're not serving God when you go to Sunday worship. And a lot of people not going to understand, but get in the Bible. Ask God for clarity. Because I'm just a vessel that's speaking. Because God told me once, I know I have a responsibility. I have a responsibility to tell my Hebrew Israelites, the Gentiles, white people, and any other nation. I have a responsibility to tell y'all this is not what you're supposed to do. Come away from Roman Christianity, because when he returns and you serving Roman Christianity, you're gonna say, God, I cast out spirits in your name. Sister Brown, I really worked with her, and she was having a hard time, and now she's saved. Okay, Sister Brown don't know the truth. You don't know the truth. And some pastors do know the truth, but they choose to go in the New Testament. The Old Testament, the New Testament, we need both. There's not no separation. Jesus came to uphold the law. He didn't come to change it. So what you got in the first part of the Bible and the second part of the Bible, it all correlates together. Come away from the fornication. Wait. I tell my daughters all the time, my son, wait until, because when you sleep with that man or woman, you have to marry them. And I wish I would have knew this before, I started having kids. But now God has forgiven me. I have been, washed of my sins. I am in a great marital relationship with God, marital relationship with my husband. We are a team. I could not ask for anything more. I'm blessed. And I will spread the gospel. I don't care if I get looks. I don't care if you mad at me for spreading the gospel, but I'm going to spread it. Come away from the Easter, the Christmas, the Valentine's Day. Go into history. There is demonic spirits surrounding that. They make it look cute. You buy teddy bear hearts, and you serving the devil. Mother's Day. I can tell my mother every day I love her. She's beautiful. I'm thankful for the sacrifices she made for me. But I'm not celebrating her on Mother's Day. I'm not celebrating, my father has passed since. I'm not celebrating Father's Day. These are pagan worship. Every holiday man-made is a pagan ritual behind it. It's a pagan ritual. So you got to take the emotion out, because God, G-O-D, does not deal with emotion. The intercessor Jesus saves us every day when he prays, God, please don't kill this person. Just give him a chance. Just give him a chance, Father. Because the God up there, he don't play. He don't deal with emotion. He don't care if you're doing this for kids. He don't care. He cares about his people. But if you disrespect him, he's going to make you a subject. And not a good one. Death does not happen without him. Crime does not happen without him. The devil's on the earth, and he is reigning. And when God comes back, he's going to be locked up for 1,000 years, and it's going to be peace. The devil can't die because he was an angel. He's a being. But what he can do is he can get in your head. I don't worship on Sunday. When God told you Friday, Sunday, and Saturday was Sabbath. Remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. He told you this. That's the one of the commandments. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not be idolater. Idolatry, thou shalt not, grave images. God, we don't supposed to have a picture of him. We don't have jewelry of him. We don't know how God looks, or Jesus. He does not want you. He never showed himself to anyone in the Bible, and he's not going to show himself now. When God talks to me, it's a feeling, it's a dream. He shows me things. I never seen God or Jesus. Jesus is not white. God is not white. There are Hebrew Israelites, and the Hebrew Israelites are dark-skinned brothers. Melanin in their skin. So this white God, this white Jesus is not what we are serving. We are to serve him. It's not about how he looked. It's about what he did for us. He died on that cross when he could have called his father any time, and a allegiance of angels would have came down and killed everybody. But he had to do it for prophecy. He had to do it for the sins of Adam, to die for the remissions, and we were clean by his blood. So I would die for him. I will serve him. I will follow his feast days, his statutes, his laws. I'm not celebrating no pagan